So we don't need to do that. I'm just like, that's one consideration you can do. The second thing that you can do is I noticed that you were at 0.00 in terms of your pricing. Was there a reason for that versus doing like $16.99?
I felt like the $16.99 or $16.95 thing was kind of old school. I just want to make it simple and clean.
Well, I'll briefly push back just because where you're at pricing wise. If you were, I would say higher end. I think you guys are upper middle, right? You're not like here, right?
Yeah.
I would say yes. If you're serving, $29 to $50 entrees as the primary, then I think having 0.00 could make sense. Typically with luxury brands, they don't have 99. But I think that you're in a spot where I don't think it would detract from your brand to have $16.99. And the reason for this, like most people make their judgment off of that character in terms of pricing, right? And so this, though it may seem really small, if your average ticket is $16, this is 6% absolute, which for you guys is plus 30% in profit margin for the business. So like if you went from 19% currently, because that's a 6% increase in total in average revenue, that would take you to 25% margins from that, which is a 30% increase in profit. So that $670,000 in profit would be an extra 200-ish, 220,000 a year from one move. I don't think it's going to affect your sales. That's just me personally, because it's like we're not even changing any of the characters.
Right.
You're already kind of like paying the fee of being at $16. I don't think anyone buys 16 doesn't buy $16.99. That's just my opinion. Yeah, so this is a monster moment. It's like, one change that probably has no effect on your sales velocity could have a dramatic effect on your profitability as a business. When we're talking 20 bucks, 10 bucks, like this is a high volume business. Those tiny little dimes and nickels and pennies, they add up in a huge way. And like I said at the beginning, restaurants are notorious for having small margins. If we can have a 30% lift from one tiny change in terms of reprinting the menu, we should do that. Let's just use simple math. If every person who walked into their restaurant last year only bought 2 items, that would be $2 extra per person. They served 100,000 customers last year.